The early days of Whitesnake. Whitesnake, one of the defining bands of hard rock and blues rock, has its roots firmly planted in the late 1970s. The band was formed by David Coverdale, who had just departed from the iconic Deep Purple after serving as their lead vocalist from 1973 to 1976. Keen to carve out his own musical identity, Coverdale sought to blend the soulfulness of blues with the power of rock, and thus Whitesnake was born. The journey began in 1978 when Coverdale released his solo album, Whitesnake, which inadvertently set the tone for the band's future direction. Encouraged by the album's moderate success, he assembled a group of talented musicians to form what would eventually become Whitesnake. The original lineup featured Mickey Moody on guitar, Bernie Marsden also on guitar, Neil Murray on bass, Pete Solly on keyboards, and Dave Duck Dowell on drums. This team brought a distinctive bluesy edge to the early Whitesnake sound, which would evolve over the years into the more polished hard rock style they are best known for. The band's first EP, Snakebite, 1978, marked their official debut. It showcased their raw energy and blues-influenced sound with tracks like Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, a cover of Bobby Blue Bland's soulful ballad. This song became an early hit and laid the foundation for their growing popularity in the UK and Europe. The late 1970s and early 1980s were a period of prolific creativity for Whitesnake. Albums like Trouble, 1978, and Love Hunter, 1979, revealed a band finding its stride. Songs such as Walking in the Shadow of the Blues and Fool for Your Loving highlighted Coverdale's commanding voice and the tight musicianship of the band. They were quickly earning a reputation as one of the most exciting live acts on the British rock scene, thanks to their passionate performances and Coverdale's charismatic stage presence. Their breakthrough came with the 1980 album Ready and Willing, which featured the hit single Fool for Your Loving. The album charted well in the UK and even made an impression in the US, marking the start of Whitesnake's international acclaim. With a refined sound and growing fan base, the band continued to evolve, releasing Come and Get It, 1981, and Saints and Sinners, 1982. These records featured iconic tracks like Here I Go Again, which would later be re-recorded in 1987 and become one of the biggest rock anthems of all time. In the early years, Whitesnake was driven by Coverdale's vision and a rotating lineup of talented musicians. While the band experienced many lineup changes over the decades, the chemistry of the original members helped establish the foundation for their success. Their combination of blues, rock, and infectious melodies set them apart and ensured their place in rock history. For more amazing stories about rock legends, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more content.